Maplewood, Pennsylvania, was a small town people usually left, not one they moved to. A single cafe, a rusty playground, neighbors who knew everything. Evan Carter grew up thinking that was the whole world. His childhood was shaped by the sound of a basketball bouncing on the driveway, his mom's Sunday pancakes, and the laughter of his best friend, Lena Thompson, who lived next door. They grew up like two halves of the same story, sharing bikes, secrets, scraped knees, notebooks, and dreams that always reached far beyond Maplewood. He believed nothing would ever change, but childhood ends the way light fades at dusk, slowly, quietly, then all at once. For Evan, it ended the summer he turned 16. One warm June night, while lying on the hood of Lena's dad's old Ford truck watching the stars, she told him, "We're moving." He froze. "Where?" "Seattle. Mom got a new job. We leave in August. 2 months." 2 months to say goodbye to everything they had built in 12 years. He tried to smile like it didn't hurt, but Lena saw through it. "I don't want to go," she whispered. "Then don't," he said, though both knew she had no choice. They stayed outside until sunrise, talking about everything and nothing, trying to stretch time, but time never stretches. In the weeks that followed, every moment felt like it carried extra weight. Every laugh, every bike ride, every milkshake at Ruby's cafe tasted bittersweet. He memorized the way she tied her hair, the way her eyes squinted when she laughed, the way she leaned her head on his shoulder when she was tired. He wanted to tell her he loved her. He wanted to say she was the best part of his life. But he said nothing. Fear stole every word. One night at the playground, she whispered, "You'll forget me." "I won't," he said. "You will. Everyone forgets eventually. Not me, not you." That was the closest he came to telling her the truth. But August crept closer. Then came the night of the town's summer festival. Bright lights, fireworks, music echoing across Maplewood. Lena looked distant all evening, her smile thin. When the fireworks began, she tugged his arm. "Walk with me." They went behind the baseball field where it was quiet. She stood there, trembling. "My dad said we're leaving early, tomorrow morning." Evan felt his heart drop. "That's not fair," he whispered. "Nothing about this is fair," she said, voice breaking. She stepped close, tears slipping down her cheeks. "Say something, Evan." But all the words trapped in his chest refused to come out, so he didn't speak. He hugged her. A long, shaking, desperate hug. A hug that said everything he hadn't. When they finally pulled apart, she whispered, "Don't let this be the last version of us." Then she walked away, back toward the lights, leaving him standing in the dark. The next morning he ran outside hoping for one more moment. Lena's family car was backing out. She looked out the window and met his eyes. She raised her hand, he raised his. Then the car turned left and she disappeared down the road. Maplewood didn't feel like home after that. It felt like a museum of memories. Evan grew older, but part of him stayed 16, stuck in that summer. He avoided the playground, Willow Creek, Ruby's cafe. Everything reminded him of her. He moved to Philadelphia, got a job, made new friends, pretended to move on. But every birthday, every breakup, every silent night, a small part of him whispered, Lena would have understood. Once he typed a message, "Hey, miss you," but he never sent it. 12 years passed before he returned to Maplewood. His mother called one rainy October afternoon, saying, "Come home for a weekend. The town's changed." He didn't want to, but something inside him said go. Driving through Maplewood again felt like stepping into an old photograph. Smaller, quieter, older. When he passed by Lena's old house, freshly painted but familiar, memories flooded him. He was staring at it when he heard a soft voice behind him. "I thought I might find you here." He turned. Lena stood there, older, yes, but still unmistakably her. Same eyes, same gentle smile. "Lena," he breathed. She nodded. "I moved back 2 weeks ago. For good, for good." Their silence said more than words. "I never forgot you," he said. "I never expected you to," she replied softly. "Did you miss me?" he asked, heart pounding. She smiled with a sad laugh. "Every damn day." They walked around Maplewood, revisiting every corner of their past. They weren't the kids they once were. They were adults shaped by years of distance, pain, growth, and change, but the connection remained. When they reached the old swings, Lena sat down and pushed off gently. "You know," she said, "I used to think leaving here ruined me." "It ruined me," Evan admitted. "No," she said, "it made us grow." He looked at her closely, not the girl he once knew, but the woman she had become. "Does growing mean we get a second chance?" She met his eyes. "It means we get to choose what comes next." In that moment, with the wind rustling the autumn leaves and the sky turning gold, he finally understood. Childhood doesn't end when you lose someone. It ends when you learn how to live without them. But sometimes life brings them back, not to repeat the past, but to build something new. As the sun set, Lena stood and held out her hand. "Come on," she said softly. "Let's not waste time again." Evan took her hand, warm, familiar, right, and for the first time in years he felt home. Not in the town, not in the memories, but in her. Some people don't just shape your childhood. They shape the person you become, and sometimes, if life is gentle enough, they find their way back, not to bring back who you were, but to finally walk with you into who you're meant to be.